Welcome to the video series, How to Build Your Food Truck with me, Frank Baltierez, where step by step, we take a empty trailer, as you see behind me, and we convert it into a concession trailer or a full mobile kitchen on wheels. And you could do the same thing with the food truck. And in today's video, we're wrapping up some of the electrical, being that we're gonna take a extension cord right here. It can be any length. It can be 14 gauge or 12 gauge, and a Reliance 50 amp plug, as you see here. And we're going to be making a extension cord that you can hook up to your shore power or a land power. Whenever your generator is not in use, you can power up your food truck. Make sure that you order 2 of these, because you're going to need another one for a generator plug or cord. Whenever you are in the field and your generator is running, you're going to need another one of these. And in case it gets back ordered, you would just want to make sure that you have it. So order 2 Reliance 50 amp plugs and buy a extension cord any size, 14 gauge or 12 gauge. And that's what we're going to be using in today's video. So let's get to it. And obviously you have 2 ends to an extension cord, your male and your female. And we're going to chop off the one. Make sure you chop off the right one, because once you chop it off, it's not going to be as factory anymore. So this is going to get connected to the house power or the shore power. So we're going to cut this head off right here, just like that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take our wire strippers and we're going to make our plug. So we want to make sure that we skin the wire back right there, and then we take this off right here. And this is my Lennox 9-in-1. I don't have a promotion for this or like an affiliate or anything. I just think it's a really cool tool. This has taken place of a lot of different tools that I use, because it has a straight blade, it has a Phillips, it has a nut driver, and then you flip it over and it has these other ones all right here. Whoop, there goes one right there. We're gonna pick that up right now. But this is a really cool tool to have. It's pretty much all I use now. So this is how the 50 amp generator plug comes. You unhook it right here. This is the bottom piece, obviously. Yeah. You want to slide this in right now so we don't forget to do it later. So let's slide that in now first. And then on here, if you guys remember when we did our generator inlet box, that was in a previous video as well. We have on here, because you can hook up 240 or 120 on these. So you have one that has an X, a W being the white, a Y, and then the G for the ground. What we hooked up on mine, on my generator inlet box right here, it has to match all the same. We put it on X, and we did it on X because we only need 120 power. So we're going to take our strippers again. We're going to skin those 3 back, the power, the neutral, and the ground. So those are 3 ready. And then we're going to put them right here where they go, where they belong. And we're going to put one being the power on the X side. So I am going to go a little bit backwards. I am actually going to take these out one more time, and I'm going to make them a little smaller because I didn't like how it looked with all that wire hanging out. So we're just going to cut these back, and we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to skin the black wire. We're going to strip back the white wire. And then we're going to do the same thing with the green wire. And then we're going to reconnect it one more time. Again, the green goes with the green one on there. Tighten it up using our screwdriver. As such, we take the I missed the plug. If you guys can see on there, it has like little clamps. That's how it connects the cable. And if you go underneath it, obviously it's not going to grab the wire. So you got to make sure you grab it right. And that was my fault. Alright, so there we go. We got the green wire right there. We do the same thing with the white wire. Make sure that you get all the little furs in there. Alright, the white wire is in, and then we clamp it down as well, just like that. And then we take the power cable, and again we connect it to the X, and that depends on what wire you use on your generator inlet box. It could be the Y or it could be the X, or if you're running 240, it's going to be both of them at the same time. So there we go, connected that in. Now we run that base that we had from the bottom right there. See, look at that. That power cable came back out again. I must not have tightened it enough. I'm tightening up right now the X cable, the power cable. Make sure you give it a yank when you put them on. That way you know that you did a good connection. Alrighty, so the next part that you do is you connect this and you bring it down in there, and you're gonna see when you buy this the screws that I'm talking about. But as you put it down in there, you tighten these up right here, and that's what grabs the base right there. You guys can feel it when you guys buy this, that it's connecting, because it presses real nice and snug. There you go. And there you go. So this should have enough to power up the trailer. So let's turn it on now. And let's see if it even works. I have no idea. I've never done this to this trailer yet. Obviously to mine I do, because I power it on all the time, but not to this one. So let's make sure that it works and that I actually did it properly. So now that we made our 50 amp plug right here using our extension cord that we can plug in to what we call our shore power or our 120 power that comes from a building or a business, not from your generator. This is our 50 amp inlet plug. So all we do is we connect it together, and it's pretty much almost like a twist. It's almost like a twist connection that we do on there. On my food truck I have a 30 amp plug, but I really like this 50 amp because it's more heavy duty. But mine's already done, so I'm not gonna switch it. It makes no sense to. But if I could, I would use this 50 amp instead. So all we do is we insert it. You see that there's little dots on here on either side of the plug. You insert it as such, and then you twist it. And that's it. Literally, that's it. That's how you connect your power. And now, if you're running on 120 power, obviously the trailer would be running all the way the power to your breaker panel. If you had a generator, when you turn on your generator, then this would power up the breaker panel, and you could have power over to the rest of your food truck or your food trailer. So that's how you connect it to the generator inlet box. And now we have power. We can run our lights and all our equipment that we have in there. So let's go. All right, so now let's see if the power actually works. I connected it to the power here. Uh-oh. It's the moment of truth. If it pops the breaker, I guess that's the worst thing that can happen. Always stand to the side when you're turning this on, just in case. So let's see what we got. There's one. Worst thing that can happen is it can pop, so just know that. Be ready for it. There's an issue there. There's an issue. And let's see what it is. So I'll tell you all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right now it's troubleshooting 101. It can happen at any time for anybody. There is an issue with, I think, my wire that goes across right here. I don't know if it's that wire or if it's probably a connection or a pinched wire behind an outlet or a box. Because when I turn on the breaker, so I unhooked it right now. When I turn on the breaker, it popped my breaker right here. So this one's my food warmer outlet. That one works good. This one was where both of them were together, so I unhooked that one for the cans, and this one is the one that goes to the fridge. There it is. So that one turns on, and that one runs on a switched outlet. This one should work up top right here because that one's connected to the home run. There it is. And then this one should be off for now until I flick the switch. Let's see. There it is. So this side works well. This is the driver's side, so everything here is okay. So now I need to find out and troubleshoot why this side doesn't work. At least we know it's going to be in one of these boxes right here. So I took out this outlet right here, and what I did is I took out the cable that goes from right here over to that set of outlets on that side. So the only cable that's running from this box, this is the back of the trailer right here where the rope light gets connected, is the one that goes up here all the way across, and it goes straight to here, which is your can light home run, which is this black cable. So I'm gonna hook that up right now, and then we're gonna see if the problem is that cable to this spot right here or if it's over there. That's how you troubleshoot when you have issues. You start from the nearest point of the power source, this being the breaker panel. So let me connect that and then we'll troubleshoot it. Okay, there it is. I connected the can light home run. I disconnected the fridge one. That way we know it's 100% disconnected. Let me turn it on and see if that is the issue. All right, so we know that that's not the issue. So now I have to open up that box over there because that's where the home run goes to. That one that was really full of wires. Maybe I pinched the wire in accident, which has happened before. Not just in a trailer, but also in some houses. You know, every now and then you pinch a cable, which can happen. So you got to be careful with everything that you do and re-inspect it. So let me open this one up and see, because that potentially could be the issue, or one of these other ones. So the next part of troubleshooting is this side over here. What I did is I disconnected the power that goes to the water pump. So this is the power that goes to the water pump, which is that side right there. I disconnected it. So now what we have to do is reconnect the power that we took off right here when we were troubleshooting. So we put that back onto the outlet, and that's going to feed the outlets right there, and that's going to let us know if there's an issue from here to there. Typically I don't have these kind of issues, but it can happen, like I said. So let's turn the breaker on, and if something happens, that means that's where our issue is. So stand to the side. Nothing. All right, so that means that it could be the issue with the water pump. So possibly now my lights actually work. Let's see. Oh, nice. We have lights. We have lights in here. Very nice. So now let's verify that that water pump, that's probably where the issue is going to be. Going over there, the place that I least expected it. But that's what happens. Sometimes it can happen. So let's check this out right here. There must be an issue there somewhere. But we have our lights working now, which is always nice to see. And we know where our issue is. So let's troubleshoot the rest of it and make sure we find the problem, and that'll take care of it. So there we go. I powered up the two breakers that were off. Now we got our lights working right here. Now the issue is going to come in. I don't know if it's an issue, but we're going to find out if that actually was the cause, because I didn't find anything that was bad unless this was pressing really hard onto the box when I put it back in, and it was squishing the wire, because I didn't see anything that was skinned, anything that was broken, or anything like that. So we're about to find out if that caused the problem. So I'm going to be a lot more careful when I'm putting the wires in. I typically always am, but I'm going to be even extra careful when I'm putting all these back on. Make sure that I don't grab anything and skin a wire again. But for now, that was the only issue. All I did was take them out, and it's working. So I don't know what happened, but it happened. Our breaker was popping, but now it's not. All right, let's give this another shot. I didn't find any issues. The only one that could have been possibly an issue is maybe this box, because there's a lot of wires in there, but I didn't see anything that was broken or smashed or anything. So let's turn it on. So far so good. Let's turn on the fridge since we're here, the food warmer, sorry. Alrighty, let's go over here and let's turn on the lights. Alrighty, the lights work. Let's try the outside lights now. Alright, let's turn on the outside lights. There they are. They both turn on nice. Let's try the rope lights now. Where are you? There they are. Those are the rope lights right there. So you got the rope lights on. We have the two outside lights on. Beautiful. Let's turn them off. And then these inside. There it is. Nice. So there we go. For some reason there was an issue. There was a little spark that caused them to break. You guys saw that in the video there, but we got it figured out. Like I said, I don't know what the issue was specifically, but I took everything out from here all the way back and rearranged all the outlets and switches, making sure that no wires were pinched and everything fit nicely in the back. So always make sure that you do that as well, so that way you don't have any issues or any sparks or any type of breaker pops from right here. Let me hook these back up onto the breaker panel as well. We'll close this up and we're done for the day. So now we want to put our cover on the panel. That way it doesn't get damaged down here or scratched on the floor. These are like little knockouts. So you take a flathead screwdriver and then you put it on the top wherever you have your breaker. So it's going to be the first and it's going to be the third one. That's where our two breakers are, and you go in here and these you just give it a couple wiggles and it'll come right off. Right there. I'm trying to do it with one hand. There's one. And there should be two eventually. There it is. And they come with their own screws in the box there. And then you just put this on and you should be good to go. There's a completed product of the panel. This will not come off anymore unless there's like a big electrical thing that we want to fix here. But typically that, once it's covered up as such, it stays like that. Now let's clean up the trailer because it's looking like a mess in here. and it makes it difficult to work. So give it a quick cleanup real quick. And the next part, we're gonna try to put the hood up right here. That way we finish that up, and because around the hood is where a lot of little cuts go for the stainless steel. So that's the next big part of the trailer, is putting on the hood. We got the electrical done and it's working now. And like I said, make sure that when you put your outlets and switches in your box, you don't smush a cable, or I don't know what happened with mine. Like I said, it could have been just a pinched cable, but it works now. So we're all good. We're ready to rock and roll. I like it. I like it. Nice and bright in here. These are 5,000 colors on the lumens. Sorry, on the Kelvins is 5,000. 1,400 lumens is what these can lights are right here.